Another windy, blustery day out. We'll do the video inside. As we know, there's an oscillation that takes place called the El Niño, La Niña. Right now we're sort of in La Niña, means that the planet is cooler than it is with El Niño. El Niño is a lot warmer than La Niña. So every time we get an El Niño, like in 2016, we end up with record-breaking temperatures. Let's go over to the board and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there's been a new study. They're expecting above average temperatures in the next few months and years. Temperatures are up even without the presence of El Niño, the hot phase. For June-August 2020 season, above average sea surface temperatures are likely and are already in place. Forecast for March to May 2020 season is above normal land temperatures, even without El Niño, or ENSO, which is the El Niño, the southern half of El Niño. More than 90% of the energy is going into the ocean. So 90% of all the heat energy that's being created naturally and through humans are now going into the ocean. Ocean heating is at an all-time record level. So 2016 was the warmest year on record so far of record keeping. A strong El Niño in 2016 and human-induced global warming caused a record-breaking heat wave in 2016. 2019 is the second warmest year on record even without El Niño. So that is quite something. Without El Niño going on, we're still probably going to have another record-breaking year this year. And this year, right now, La Niña is more in charge than El Niño. So heat from the tropics builds up over along the South America coastline and then erupts up to the surface, bringing heat onto our planet. With that heat combined with the human-made heat, we're in a lot of trouble, aren't we? So some new information on Australia's fires is now out. Let's go over to the board and check out what's going on with the latest scientific papers on Australia's climate change. So the new report says that Australia's summers twice as long as winters are now in Australia. Australia's temperatures are driven by climate change, according to the report. According to the new weather data analyzed, between 2014 and 2018, summers were 50% longer than winters. 2019 saw Australia's warmest and driest year on record. Scientists have warned Australia's longest, hottest, driest climate would contribute to more intense fires, and fires would be more frequent. Really? So how do years compare with the 20th century average? It's all up. Temperatures are now 1.1 C above So a lot of people disagree with the 1.1, 1.2 degrees above industrial times, but it's how far back you go, depending on how hot it is comparable to, if that makes any sense. This study is comparing it probably to the 1770s, somewhere around there. Present is what they're comparing it to. So 1.1 C above industrial levels at this time, according to this new report of Australia's bushfire. Fascinating information, but it's pretty much on tap for what all the other science is saying, that we're about 1.1 to 1.2 above industrial average, and that the temperatures are going up faster and faster with continued pumping of CO2 and methane into the atmosphere. That's what they're finding. Now, a lot of people will immediately go to somebody else and they'll say, well, this shows it's 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 degrees above normal already. Well, fine, that's cool. I just go with what the science says. I can go and make up stuff too and just pull rabbits out of my hat, but I prefer to stay with science. And I know that really irritates a lot of people, because a lot of people don't believe in science anymore. They say it's all bullshit, but yet they'll get on a plane that is all about science and fly somewhere and think nothing of it, or get in their automobile and drive themselves without thinking anything about how much science went into that. Science is in everything, and I can't help it if people don't want to pay attention to science. That's what I go by. And so far, since 2011, my videos have been pretty close to being spot on to what reality is by using science. I definitely appreciate all the comments in the last videos, the ups, the downs, the new subscribers. And until next time.